Okay, so like I said, first off, to find the volume of a prism, we're going to find the area of the base, and then we're going to multiply it by the height of the prisms. So I have two of these for you. For our first prism, excuse my horrible drawing, please.
Oh, it's terrible.
Okay, so we have a prism, and I know some of these dimensions. Let's say that bottom is 12 centimeters. This one here is 4.2 centimeters, and then that last one is 3.1 centimeters. Sometimes it's going to be really obvious what your base is, but I really encourage you guys to just double check. Even if you're 100% sure that that's what its base, it takes 2 seconds to just kind of think it through. So if you look at the side that this prism is sitting on, what shape is this figure sitting on? A rectangle. It's a 12 by 4.2 rectangle. If that is one of my bases, there should be a rectangle that runs parallel to it. Is there? Yes. There is. The top and the bottom. As long as you verify that, we're good to go. That bottom rectangle can be considered my base. So to find the area of my base, I need to find the area of that rectangle. How would you find the area of that rectangle? 12 times 4.2. Remember that rectangle is a 12 by 4.2 rectangle, so you take length times width. So when you take 12 times 4.2, what do we get? 50 and 4/10. Okay, then I need to find the height. Now, if we establish that my prism is sitting on my base, it's really easy to find the height. You're just asking how tall is it? So how tall is this prism? Blake? 3.1 centimeters. Hey, once you find the area of your base, once you find the height to find the volume, you're going to multiply them together. So I'm going to take 50.4 times 3.1, which gives me a volume of what? Blake?
It's going to be 151.
I want the exact answer. 156 and 24 hundredths. And what are my units for volume? Abby? Cubed. That is correct. Centimeters cubed. Area is always squared. Centimeters is always cubed. If you want to add that in your toolkit, you absolutely may. If you want to write on your volume toolkit entry, it's going to be units cubed. Surface area or any other kind of area is always going to be squared units. Okay, next example. This one's going to be a little bit trickier to draw. I think it looks kind of like a slice of cheese.
Why?
Okay, so we've got a slice of cheese or cheesecake. I'm going to tell you that this right here is a right angle. And then I have this dimension is 4 feet. This side is 5 feet. And this here is 2 feet. If you're looking at a prism, the first thing that we need to do is we need to figure out what my base is. So if I look at just the side that it's sitting on, what shape is that?
Triangle.
It's a triangle. It's sitting on a triangle. Now, if that can be a base, there should be a triangle face that runs parallel to it. Is there one?
Yes.
There is, right? I have a top and a bottom. They're both triangles. So this time, I can use that triangle bottom as my base. So to find the area of my base, I need to find the area of a triangle. How do you find the area of a triangle? Half base times height. So we're going to take 1/2. What is the base of my triangle? 4. And my height would be 5. It doesn't matter if you take 1/2 5 times 4, 1/2 4 times 5, 4 times 1/2 times 5, 5 times 1/2 times 4, 4 times 5 times 1/2. You can mix those numbers up any way you want as long as you multiply all three numbers, because since it's multiplication, the order doesn't matter. Yes?
How can that be the height if it's a triangle? I thought the height has to go straight down.
It does. That's what this right angle means. So if this is my base, this is at a right angle, so it goes straight up. okay? That's why that right angle is important, because it lets me know that that is my height. So whenever I take 1/2 times 4 times 5, what do I get for the area of my base? 10. Now, since it's sitting on my base, this is really easy. How tall is my prism?
2 feet.
2. So to find the volume, we're going to take the area of my base times my height, and I get what? 20 feet cubed. Okay, are we all good on finding the volume of a prism?
Yeah.
That's not too bad. Okay, volume of a cylinder is a lot easier, especially because you're not worrying about finding which side is your base, because the base is always going to be what kind of shape? A circle. We're going to use the same formula for every single cylinder. Pi r squared times h. So for this first cylinder, I know that this dimension is 5 feet. This dimension here is 15 feet. Before you plug anything into a formula, just identify what dimensions you're given. What is that 5 feet? What dimension does that represent? It is my radius, which is great because I need my radius to find my volume. What is the 15 feet? The height. It's my height of my prism. So since I have my radius and I have my height, I can just plug these right into my formula. So to find the volume, we're going to take pi times r squared times h. And let's round to the nearest whole number, or the nearest whole cubic foot. Elizabeth? 1,178. And what are my units? Feet cubed. And for our last one, this time we've got a really wide cylinder, kind of looks like a swimming pool. This time I'm going to tell you that that dimension is 40 feet. This dimension is 5 feet. What is the first thing you notice about this problem?
Does it have a radius?
Okay, I'm not given the radius, but I have to have the radius to find the volume. So how am I going to find the radius?
Half of the diameter.
I have the diameter. The diameter is 40. I know that the radius is half of the diameter. So if my diameter is 40, what is my radius? 20. I want you guys to take a second, plug those numbers into your formula, find my volume. Okay, Abby, what did you get for your answer?
Sam got that actually.
Okay, Sam, what did you get?
I got 6,280.
And what are my units?
Feet cubed.
6,280 cubic feet.